Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, CCG Esports fans. I am WX Fan 21. He's Inflict. Inflict, how the bleep are you?
I'm very blip and good.
Excellent.
But
If we
yeah,
keep bleeping throughout this entire cast, it is us not wanting to get sued by the owners of CCG. I'm totally kidding. Um, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a really good game between two very evenly matched teams, CCG and the Wanna Goons. And Flick, tell us what you expect here as we take a look at the rosters.
well, we have of course CCG currently standing at at 6 wins and 3 losses for the time being, and on the other hand, Wanted Goons 5 wins and 4 losses. So only a one match result is pretty much different. Other than that, the stats are all the same. As we head into the pistol round, Goons already finding the first blood to work with. Foreign, on the other hand, immediately trades it out to equalize the things, as the pistol round surprisingly still slow. A lot of information, though, still has been relayed among both of these two teams, but they've just denied to move around.
Yeah, things are starting off slow. Both of these teams are starting to feel each other out. And we do see CCG starting off on the stronger side on this map, the T side. And a group up towards B, and Wanted Goons are reading this like a book. But Corin opens things up on the B bomb site. He's going to be asked to do a heck of a lot more. If Trip can get the bomb plant, we are going to see a buy round coming out next, and it will be very winnable 2v3 here. One coming in from B long, though, is going to prove to be the difference maker. Little Beer, triple kill for them.
Good start. CCG losing those two players early on over towards middle. It hurt them when they decided to enter into the side. Wanted Goons, they just played off of trades. The initial trade went their way, and after that, both of the remaining players of CCG, they were pretty much divided amongst each other about which fights they wanted to take, and there was just a slight miscommunication about where exactly they wanted to approach first, who exactly they wanted to take on first, and hence an easier round for Wanted Goons to claim, but it seems like it is going to be a forced buy for the side of CCG to retaliate with. And since Anubis is a T-sided map, it's understandable why they want to push us ahead and just try to ensure that they have the best chances of winning as many rounds as possible.
Yeah, no surprise here. Again, bomb planted. We're gonna get a buy round. What is kind of surprising though, look at all the A1Ss that have been force bought into in round number 2. Not a lot of SMGs. I even see a FAMAS, so Wanted Goons electing to go with the better rifles over some of the utility. We'll see if that pays off for them in a whole 3-man stack is what they're going to walk into here on the bomb site. Let's see what CCG have up their sleeve as Chinchilla leads the charge on the B. Sees one, can't get the kill. That Galil, while pretty amazing, if I do say so myself, just unable to get the kill. Now Corin left alone, and maybe an impossible 1v4 clutch. Gets the first 3 left. Can he pull it off? Not if Goon has anything to say about it. 2-0. And we're going to be looking at a save round coming up here for CCG.
Yeah, the M4s was sort of a gamble play from the side of Wanted Goons, because when you have SMGs, you get extra credits for each kill that you get as well. So that sort of is a way to make up for the terrible economies that CTs have earlier on into the game whenever you start. But they decided to opt for a rather easier kills instead. But again, that would have been problematic since they had a less amount of utility as well, because the everybody bought into full armor and helmet as well. So it was a risky buy, but it ends up going their way as well. They only lost two players in the process. Should be bought all the way back up, so it's not going to be too much of a problem, especially now that CCG only have pistols to work with.
Yeah, nice kill from Little Beer. That's going to be a name we're going to keep calling out this game. He's got 3, looking for more. Quad kill for Little Beer. Maybe change him to Big Beer, because they are already feasting. I think probably already up to about 10 kills in this game.
Uh, good 7 kills so far for Little Beer. No deaths, so mathematically he's currently on infinite KD for the time being. or an undefined one. But this is where things could turn around. This is where he might get his first death, because CCG now have a full rifle round to work with, any piece of utility. And they are lacking in some sectors, but for the most part, they have a lot to work with. So this could be their best chance of retrieving their first round.
For sure. We see the AKs out. We see the amount of utility. Also, respect to the player with the Crimson Chin avatar. Very nice. We haven't seen a lot of those B stacks. A lot of B stacks from them early here. Right now, both of these teams just trying to gain a little bit of map info, and Corin is gonna make Atomic pay, but are they gonna be ready for the second player here towards mid? Is already rotated off and is grouped in towards A main. Trip is gonna try. Oh, if that nade had gone a little bit farther there, Inflict would have been able to spot one with Little Beer. Let's see if he pushes out here towards A main. Oh, Inflict, do you see this? Do you see this battle that's about to happen A main with the bomb?
But the
Three
problem is,
towards mid, and it's a group up towards A main. Can they get the timing right? Two grouped up here. Little Beer's gonna have to hold. Got the first, and that's bomb spotted. But are they gonna be ready for the three members coming in from behind? A main players get taken out. It's now 2v2. Little Beer still alive and kicking. 9 kills for Little Beer. Hambuga. Booga booga. Hambuga. Alright, I got that out of my system now. Hambuga! It's the last member. Are you kidding me? Did they line up for him?
pretty much. 2 bullets,
Wow.
I think it was all Hamburg had shot there to get that 4th round on board for Wanted Goons. But again, little Beer, he found his first death. But before that, he got 2 kills, and that was pretty much just enough to put Wanted Goons on the board for that one. Short did get a little bit close over towards the ending part of that round, because it came down to a 2 versus 2, and that 3-man push over toward middle almost worked out for CCG, but Hambuga just was they just weren't prepared for it. CCG was anticipating that Little Beer might have called for backup over towards A main, because they knew where the bomb was, but Hambuga instead decided to go for a pinch, and it worked out perfectly as he continues to find another goon through the smoke, and CCG already on the back foot as 2 players go down.
CCG starting to get a little careless here, in my opinion. Just from what we're seeing, one falls, and they're still trying to take this info away from them. Goon playing mid to pretty much perfection early on in this half, keeping that mid control away from CCG. And now things move in. Atomic, easy kill for him. Also, Shoutout has the brand new gorgeous chrome cannon. Inflict, you want to buy me one of those for my birthday, please? Please?
I'll put that on the Santa's list.
Put it on set. Oh, I'll take that. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
probably have one by then, but whatever.
We'll call it Santa early. We'll have one of his elves personally deliver it to you.
I get a personal delivery from Elf. Oh, that would be funny. Just see Will Ferrell show up in the elf costume at my front door. Elf is such a good movie, by the way. I'm completely off topic. Such a great movie. But timeout called by CCG, and they need it. They're up to down 0-5 right now, Inflict, and they gotta get something going.
Yeah, and they are on the D side as well, which again is highly favored on Anubis. Sure, it's not very highly favored. It's not like a 20 to 80 split of advantage, but it's still very much preferred to be playing on the D side and to get completely shut out for the first 5 rounds. It's not pretty. CCG, they want to end at least with a tied up score line, but it's not looking so good for them as they once again buy into a full rifle round and opt this time around on J Casper to work with as well. And J Casper and Florida, both of them currently having 0 frags. That's just not looking good whatsoever.
They are playing so passive, Inflict. Just look at the mini map. They're playing so passive right now. This is not what we are used to seeing from them. Trip's playing Canals and A main really well, but You know, Casper over here looking towards connector. They've got little to no mid control. And I think they're kind of scared of long, to be honest. It's so passive.
Yeah, but they've sort of been shut out over towards middle. CCG, they've again and again tried to hit mid, and they were only able to infiltrate middle one round, and at that point, things had fallen apart for them over towards A main. So this time around, they've decided to head on hit all players over towards B, two towards two from connected, three from main. Oh, one player spotted out, but the op shot misses the smoke, keeping the players of the CT safe for the time being. But the bomb is gonna get planted. Never mind, gets
Are you
denied by
kidding
Cold.
me?
As the 2-on-2 trade goes down, Little Beer to put the advantage in favor of the CTs. It's up to Trip and Floridia to convert this round. The first one for CCG. Nice
What?
headshot, but traded out.
That was pretty. Floor Idiot's gonna be asked to do everything and gets one almost lined up for him. Floor Idiot needs it. He's able. The hero, the captain. Oh, I thought he lost that twice. Picks up the op. I'd say they could breathe a sigh of relief, but the money is not the greatest. But man, Floor Idiot, someone in chat, clip that, please. Unbelievable. 10 kills for Little Beer. Just, they're doing so well. Already over 1,000 damage, and Floor Idiot, beautifully well done here. We have a timeout that's come in. Inflict. Were you also thinking that Floor Idiot, lost that last round? I'm surprised he got those kills.
He was a key factor in that round. He found 3 frags all on his own, and that 1 versus 2 as well. Both of those fights that he took were highly risky, and especially the last one, I believe he was pretty much around 50 HP, and I'm surprised he ended up winning that one, but he certainly did, and now has given some breathing room to the T side. Although wanted goons, they've won 5 rounds in a row, but CCG they kept their economy in check. They most of the rounds that they lost, they got away with at least 2 to 3 frags, some even 4 as well. So the economy was not pretty. Hence, the wanted goons had to take a time out to discuss how much utility that they want to work with, what weapons they want to complement that weaponry, and hence, oh god, no. You already have you already don't have a lot of nades, and you can't waste one like that.
Jay Casper grouping up with the rest of his team over towards long. Interesting split though, as Chip and Little Beer have a little trade off towards A main. Hambuga flying all over the map. That's just his name. Jay Casper, easy kill for Jay Casper. Floor Idiot. Can someone check if Floor Idiot is wearing that super armor that's over in the operations? You know, that 200 armor thing? Like, can someone please check he doesn't have 200 armor? That's 3 kills. I have no idea how he got away with those. Nicely done. 5-2, and Goons are broke.
Yeah, I mean that speaks a lot about how terrible the CT economy in the game is. They win 5 rounds in a row just to go completely bankrupt after losing 2. But again, Floridian, I mentioned that he only had 0 frags just 2 rounds ago, and now I believe he's sitting at 6. No, wait, he's sitting at 5. So 2 kills.
He's
No,
just
sorry,
over
5
there.
kills in 2 rounds. Yeah, he's heard me, and he's made me shut my mouth, quite honestly. And that's something that CCG need. They need somebody to help them shine. And what's a captain that can't lead from the front? Floridian currently doing just that, helping his team get those first 2 rounds, even though he was lurking in the last one, which is usually what Trip does, but they traded each other out to begin with. But CCG now going to take advantage of the better weaponry. Already found an easy entry onto the side. That's not going to be a problem whatsoever, but what might be is the double flank that's being set up.
You know what I find interesting is we see quick cleanup work here towards long. Goons able to get 1 kill. One thing I find interesting, and I don't know if you've picked up on this, we have seen a lot of success come over towards B for CCG. Every time they've tried contesting A, it has not gone their way. So I don't know if that's by design, or if it's just how they're feeling these rounds out. Because mid is pretty much on lock, except for 1 round. And A main has been double, double supported, which is not something you typically see on Anubis. One's usually hanging back on A, or A is soloed. 2 up towards A main, I think, is rather interesting. So we'll see what happens here. I'm really looking forward to see if they even start leaning towards A, and this looks like a standard default yet again for CCG.
Yeah,
Group up, though. Go ahead, Inflict.
another problem that it is for CCG to hit A is the sheer presence of Little Beer over towards that area. With how good he's feeling right now, 11 frags as we speak, with only 4 deaths. Although strategies aside, if somebody is playing too good and having a good day, it's always going to be difficult to penetrate that site alone. So that alone adds quite a lot of trouble for CCG. Hence, it's better to try to just find some frag, some information that you can work with over towards middle and A, and hence work off of that. That how much work you exactly need to put into entering B, or if Little Beer is present elsewhere, if you can point him out and hence execute somewhere else.
Here we go again. It's another execute towards B. Let's see if it pays off for him, Cotton. And Booga says, nah, not today. Trip continues to lurk like a boss, but Trip's going to be asked to do everything, and they know exactly what Trip is, and this will be a bomb defusal.
Derp wasn't shy about his movement, but now he's gonna have a lot to deal with alongside that Galil.
Yep.
Won't be able to find even a single one. After losing 3 in a row, Wanted Goons respond back with one of their own, and they've confirmed their 6th round, so CCG not gonna have an advantageous first half whatsoever. Instead, they might even be looking at a disadvantage as the sides get switched 3 rounds later.
Oh, man. Maybe they want to try A this time. Just saying. Just saying. Wouldn't hurt.
Well,
Nice. That's a nice lineup. Molotov towards drop. Very nice. Ooh, that actually made even better. Nicely done.
yeah, I
See, the
believe
more
that
this
was
map gets played, we see just absolutely amazing lineups.
Ooh, already yet? Sneaking in, and this might catch them off guard because CCG have never been this
Ooh.
aggressive. Spotted out, though. Florid has been forced to back off, but the Little Beer has called for backup over towards A now as well because he got so weak earlier on, courtesy of those HE grenades. And CCG rotating over as well. Little Beer wanted to get a little bit aggressive, wants to find a little bit more information.
Oh, idiot is full flash, but Chinchilla there to trade.
Oh no.
And Booga, unfortunately, could not get out of the Molotov in time, and Corin cleans up a couple, and this is a light at the end of the tunnel in round number 10, but not if Solgo there's anything to say about it. But unfortunately, it will fall, and Atomic has to think about saving this off.
Okay. J Casper finds the final one. It got too risky because both of the remaining players were extremely weak. Trip, I believe, was 55. J Casper's around 15 or 20 HP. So collectively, they had less amount of health to work with than Atomic. But still, more feet alive and walking is always going to be better. As they confirmed their 4th. Now, once again, this could be a half bike. I mean, surprisingly, not actually. Only working with pistols and a few bits of utility on the side of Wanted Goons, as all of them getting aggressive over towards middle. It seems like they are gonna send one player back over towards B, but they probably are gonna try to set up an aggressive flank as soon as CCG decides to execute onto a site.
Yeah, there's not much you can do here with just pistols and flick. There really isn't. I mean, at this point, you just try mowing down as a couple as you can. 5
Oh,
on
the
1.
bomb.
I don't care if it is pistols. Oh my goodness, they spotted it. But oh my goodness, look, this better rifle. And doop, that's 1. And boop, that's 2. And Booga does pick up the AK, but Trip says, get the bleep out of here. Bleep you, and bleep you. Give me my bleeping AK back. Bleep you, get back on an eco, but bleeping, look, we have another off-buy. Alright, that's enough.
6-5. Good recovery from CCG. They're down 5-0. Have only lost one since then. And well, the final round of the first half. Sure, you probably would have wanted to have a better start, have some rounds to work with as a cushion in the second half. But oh, Atomic spotted out, but flicks a headshot
He
onto
ca-
JJ Chinchilla.
He catches the nade with his teeth and still gets the up kill. Or catched it with his chest. Trip says 1. And little bit. See, again, this is what Goons have been doing so well. Doubling A main, not allowing CCG any route in other mid. Oh. Jay Casper wants that op shot back. 61 HP left. Ops usually don't do that little damage, people. I'm just saying. For you viewers out there, they don't do that little damage. Floor Idiot moving in towards Connector. Maybe he wants to read a little bit about the Anubis Renovation Project. Donate at anubisrenovationproject.valve.
It's not a real site, please don't look it up.
No, it's not a real site. That's why I said .valve.
Who knows,
Oh
somebody
my
might
goodness.
actually try to. But Hamburger, he's gonna have to do a lot. Instead, it's Solbot that gets gets first blooded after a whole minute of action. But with 15 seconds left on the clock, scratch it. That's down to 2. Little Beer has some help in the face of Atomic, but he has been eliminated. He's gonna have to do it all by himself. 5 seconds left on the clock. The bomb can't be planted, and he's done it as he finds 3.
The time got the better of CCG in that round. I think they overestimated it and they kind of big-brained themselves out. They really did. They could have just committed to B. The rest of the team was already rotating to A. That's unfortunate for CCG. Caught off a little bit by the timing. And you must be thinking to yourself, be like, listen, casters, it's a 2-round difference. There's nothing to worry about. This is a heavy T-sided map. 5 rounds on the T side is not what you want heading into your C side. But it's CCG. They like playing on this map. We will see what they have in store here for us over on their CT side. And Jay Casper's going to get a heck of a lot of info. But Goon says, get out of here. Glock is better than those dualies. And it's going to be a flood out towards A. And we already see CCG doing what they can to rotate in. 1's going to come in from mid, 2 from main. Let's see how this post plant goes. 1 towards default, 1 towards boxes, 2 towards heaven. See if Chinchilla can do a couple. Can't get any. And here come the A main players. Onto the side. Goon's going to get another. Goon's on 3. Wants that quad kill. And they were trying to give it to him. Atomic. Can't do anything right now. They can't. Trip's got 3. He's on for the 1v4. And Solgoat says no.
I'm surprised he even got that far into that round all by himself.
I'm surprised he got 3.
Yeah. But as soon as JJ Chinchilla fell over towards middle, that realistically was that round done for, because both of the players were isolated over towards A main, had absolutely no utility as well. Even if they were able to trade a few out, there was realistically no chance that they actually end up winning it until, of course, we see a 3K over towards the end to put the odds absolutely in the trash can. But since all of the players from the T side were already playing so close to each other, it was never going to be easy shooting that many heads.
Full flood out from the T's out to A. And there's Strip. He's hanging out. And starts to recon back. You know, Inflict. There's someone in chat that says Trip tried his best. That's all you could ask. It's very true. Very poignant. Nice. Way to point it out. And That's a round win for Wanted Goons, and it's 9-5. Did I not just mention this, what felt like 2 rounds ago? You do not want to be down a lot. Like, 2 rounds can seem like a lot heading into your CT side.
Okay, Gordon.
Look how good Wanted Goons look on their T side. Fast hits, fast executes. Goon's gonna fall to the bomb, but plenty of money. There's gonna be a buy coming out. This is a pivotal round for CCG. They need to win this. We also should point out that this season, there are 14-game seasons. So, regardless if CCG loses this, 4 losses, like in past seasons, does not mean that you're probably on the outside looking into the playoffs. But you still don't want 4 losses to begin with. Let's see if CCG can come back from this 4-round deficit.
Have been good on their defense. Can they withhold the full arsenal of CCG on the CD side is the real question now. CCG
Possible.
certainly is, but again, a slow approach this time around from Water themselves. Atomic though has been isolated now at courtesy of he wanted, but gets punished instead for that aggression.
Atomic's still going over to connector, just holds right now. He could have Poor Idiot lurking too, and how is Poor Idiot getting away with some of these kills?
Let's call it a skill issue.
Ow. Fine.
He's better, but Trev, he needs to be better as well, of course. This round, really great. He can keep that up. Good small up, keep Planter away at least for the time being. The fight over towards middle get isolated, and now the CDs have a lot to worry about as they have 2 areas getting pinched in, but they won't be able to withhold the frontal offense. And hence the 10th round on board for Wanted Goons. And they're just running away with this one.
Wanted Goons, I said this at the beginning, they're a really good team. And this is going to be a clash of 2 teams that are evenly matched. And right now, Wanted Goons just look way better. And they're also, I will point this out, they are playing a really aggressive T side right now. This is a very stark contrast to what we saw from CCG's T side.
Yeah, I mean, CCG, they've decided to force for this one, so you can tell they're starting to get desperate here, but no, you can't let that happen. Trip and Goran collectively couldn't even finish off Little Beer. They had an XM and an MP9, sure, both of them not so great weapons, but it's that's gotta be painful because now the site has been completely given over. The question is, do you just hold on to these MP9s if famous, or do you really try to go for this one? They don't have any kits either. A couple
They're
of
saving.
Molotovs, the smoke, nothing to help them enter into a site except that smoke alone. No flashes either, so
They've
just
been
have
like
to smoke.
statues. They've been
Yeah.
like statues. They're not going to retake this. They need to say whatever they can. This was a force into this round, putting everything they have up against it. But right now, the aggression that Wanted Goons are showing on their T side is proving to be the difference maker. And here comes the hunt. Trying to take away whatever saved weapons that they can. Excuse me. Cass was able to take out one, but here comes the flood now on to the B bomb site. Luckily, the other 2 players of CCG will get away there. And there's going to be pretty much force buys coming in from here on. Even though it's not map point, it sure feels like it. Not one CT-sided round yet for CCG.
And that's pretty much a good definition of how good exactly D side on Anubis really is.
Not one CT side around yet for CCG. Looking, though, to change their fortunes right now. As things change, 2 members towards long, which is where the bomb is committed. Full Canal's control. And this is more standard of what we see. A 3-1-1 split. 3B, 1 mid, 1A. This is typically what we see. Soul Goat has decided to just absolutely take over this round. Double kill. The B bomb site is taken wide open. This could be it. Wanted Goons are about to go on map point. A save's already been called. This is a tough one here for CCG.
I'm not entirely sure what exactly it is, but CCG, they just feel a lot more like individual players than a team right now. Sure, there are instances where they've tried to execute collectively, such as the last time, the last play towards A main. It didn't work out, but at least there were efforts being put in. But a lot of these fights, they seem separate. There are no trades coming through on their end, and Soul got finding that double over towards middle. That was just honestly unfortunate that because his positioning was unknown to CCG. They just both lined up for him, and there was realistically nothing that they could have done against that, and hence the match point on board comfortably for Wanted Goons.
Comfortably is definitely the opportune word there, Inflict. Map point here for the side of Wanted Goons, and you know, there might be a little bit of truth in this map, in this game rather, that CCG, I don't want to say puggy because they're definitely playing like a team, but it's not polished teamwork. I'll say that. At least that's not how it feels.
But again, they are playing quiet after a few days, I believe. The
Yes.
past match did get rescheduled because the players were busy for a couple of days. So again, it might take a day or two for them to get back into the groove. Not entirely sure when exactly did they restart playing or how many
But
days.
they're also playing with a brand new player this season. You can't expect it all to click right away. CCG though, 3-1. Little Beer is the one that's left open. Double swing. That was beautifully done. Good teamwork. Finally, they get their first CT-sided round, but it might be too little, too late.
Yeah, and the buy on there, it's not still too pretty. And because you see one player is still stuck around on that 2K, he's gonna be able to buy up on a lot of utility, but is gonna get a dropped an MP9 instead of a rifle. So not the prettiest of buys, but of course a good, decent one nonetheless. But another thing that I would like to point out is that Jay Gasper isn't exactly completely brand new to the roster. Floridian is actually a genius for this. He had brought in Jay Gasper as a substitute for numerous matches last season, just so that the team can get prepared playing with him for the next season, because they knew SRY was going to be going away, moving back from to his country, so he wouldn't be able to play. So hence they started practicing a little bit for Jay Casper, but of course this is the first time around since he is a full-time player for CCG.
Yep. SRY moved back to his country, and while he's still playing Counter-Strike, he's unable to play on the North American side of things. So, we'll see. It is a man advantage for Wanted Goons. See if that man advantage converts into a round win. Trip left to defend A all by his lonesome, the A site anchor. This guy is something else. And here comes Corin, is going to completely catch Goons sleeping. Someone get that man a pillow and a blanket. He was caught completely off guard. And Little Beer doesn't even need that much, apparently. He just deletes him from the map, goes Trip. 4-3, bomb is planted. And this could be it, the last 40 seconds of this game. It's going to have to be an insane retake, and Little Beer and the rest of the team are ready for these plays. Little Beer takes out, no. Jay Casper's gonna get it, but Hamburger there to clean things up. and it's a 13-6 victory in favor of Wanted Goons. A good game all around, Inflict, but unfortunately, things fall short just a little bit for CCG.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't go their way. Never did it feel like the game was completely in CCG's control through and through. Their start was not pretty. They were down 5-0 at the very beginning of the game, even though they started on the D side. They recovered a little bit in the next few rounds. They ended up going 6-5, and of course lost the final round off the D side as well. So starting off on the CT side again is not going to be a pretty sight to witness, as we just saw as well. Uh, Honestly, the momentum was pretty much completely in favor of Wanted Goons because they had that comfortable cushion of being on the T side as well as having a 2 round lead already off of to work with. And as soon as they got that pistol round, that was an instant boost to their whole ego and confidence at that point. They won the next round with quite ease as well, although I believe CCG did try to force into it. I'm not entirely sure if that was the first half or the second one, but nonetheless, a 9-5 lead when you're on the T side already. That everything that could have went right for Wanted Goons just pretty much dead.
Yeah, Wanted Goons just played better today. Not saying CCG didn't, just Wanted Goons are at a different level. Inflict, you mentioned it, just at times, teamwork, seemed good and then just fell apart. Again, there's really not much you can do there. Wanted Goons playing together for a while, I believe. And today, they were the better team. So CCG this season falls to 6-4. And we'll see what they have in store. Still several more games to go, Inflict. What do you think CCG need to do to really start turning things around here late in the season?
I mean, honestly, this path that CCG started on was working out for them. They even faced some tougher opponents,
Yep.
statistically speaking, that is, in the middle of the season, and they ended up winning against them as well. Specifically, the match that they had, I believe, on Tuesday, which ended up going in their favor, and the stat line of that team was particularly higher than that of CCG and Wanted Goons as well. So Wanted Goons and CCG currently sitting with the same stat line. Of course, there is going to be a round differential, but the win or loss is currently the same. Water Goons with 6 wins now and 4 losses. Same goes for CCG. Both of these teams now have 4 games remaining in the season to make it into playoffs as well. And whoever wins 3 games, 3 more games, they're pretty much gonna guarantee themselves a playoff spot. But if you win only 2 more and sit at 8, the round differential is really gonna start to count a lot.
Not only is that going to count a lot, 5 losses, that could be the end of someone's playoff hopes this season. Now, look, both of these teams are sitting at really good records. No one's getting relegated. It's just, you know, you're rooting for your favorite teams. You want to see them make the playoffs. You want to see them do well. And I think this team has potential. But I do think there's definitely some more polish to do. Floor Idiot won some insane rounds, so got some insane kills. And he tried taking the team on his back, and so did Trip. It wasn't enough today. Inflict, what do we got for a schedule for the rest of the season for CCG this week so the fans know what to expect? I think it's going to be Monday and Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, generally speaking, the matches are, of course, on a Monday and Wednesday, and for the time being, that seems like that's what the final 4 games are going to be as well. But if, of course, the players need to reschedule something, then the matches will be rescheduled, and of course, the people will
Yes.
know on our social. So make sure you do follow that, because, of course, this week earlier on, the match first one was played on Monday, but the second one had to be rescheduled because the players had to take a day off. But for the time being, the plans are that we will be back tomorrow for another game. So make sure you tune in. I believe that match is going to be against Team Lampus. That's going to be a crucial one as well for
Yep.
CCG to regain back.
Team Lampa tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Inflict, any last minute thoughts before we get on out of here?
I mean, I just hope that this is not something that we constantly see from CCG. That pretty much is going to summarize what what I really want at this point.
There is a lot more polish to do. We are heading into school break. We're heading into spring break here in a couple of weeks. Look, it's the winter. I'm not making up any excuses for CCG, but there's a lot to look forward to if you're a CCG esports fan, and if you're a Wanna Goons fan, because they played really well today as well. But for CCG, I want to see some more of that polish and that teamwork. I would love to see less passiveness on their T side. It just seems like for like 40, the start of the first 40 seconds on some of their T rounds was just them hanging back and giving Wanna Goons all the map control that they could possibly want. But again, maybe that was a strategy. Maybe they saw something on the demos that maybe they over-aggressed a bit. We'll see. Inflict, thank you as always for casting with me. I'm WXFan21. Thank you to AppCon for producing. And we'll see you all tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. CCG versus Team Lampa.